YouTube up and going, and of course, what's going on? Tempo Live had some technical difficulties, so I apologize for being late. Supposed to be at 8 Eastern time, but I want to talk about this conversation that needs to happen, that needs to be talked about. So this is going to be a long show because I want you to hear things. I want people to hear things, whatever. Now, this is not going to be for no, how should I say this? No, because in the news, everything's going on with the whole Brett Kavanaugh kind of nonsense. We have that. Yeah, I know. I had technical difficulties. Trust me, even Tempo and everything. But sorry about that. Like I said, Facebook Live, Tempo, and YouTube going up right now. So okay, so like I was saying, we didn't had the news of course, have Brett Kavanaugh is in the is in the news. What's going on with him and stuff, and it's all crazy. But I am going to show you, not being political, because this is not about this. This is something I've seen on Facebook, and I put a little short video on Facebook about this. I put a short video on Facebook about this, and I am going to tell it right here. And as you can see in the title, I say, is because a lot of people are saying we should believe women because of the whole accusations. We should believe. I'll listen and believe. I don't subscribe to that. Can I give you a benefit of a doubt? Yes, I can give you benefit of a doubt. But we need evidence. It's dangerous the way things are going to go. Listen to believe. Oh, we should believe all women in this situation. Okay. Now, the news media is its own thing, and that's why I don't like a lot of this stuff, but I'll tell the truth of what's going on. But let me explain, and then I'm seeing, like I said, on Facebook, I see a lot of guys, and men, women, of course, saying all this. A lot of men saying this too, saying, well, if this was your sister, if this was your sister, this was your daughter. Like I said, I posted a video on Facebook talking about that. And the video, and what I said is because everyone's like, oh, well, we need, most of my point is we need evidence. We do not have the evidence. We don't. Sad, but it's the truth. We don't. And that's a very scary thing. Now, a lot of things happen too is we put in prejudice into a lot of things. The problem with the case that Christine Blasey Ford have, and again, I'm not going to make this political thing. Let's try to get this because this is very dangerous. I said already in another video, women hurt other women, just like men hurt other men with the stupid crap that other men do. We're human beings. I always come from the argument of human nature. We're human beings. No man has no power over have no power saying that women lie or men lie. Individually, as a generalization, men lie, women lie. They do. Generalization. We do. And men tell truth and women tell truth. That's what it is. Now we have a situation going on with the Me Too movement and how that came and crumbled. And I did my video about that on Facebook, and I said it again. Say about that. There's people you need to hold up about that, and I'll get to that as well too. But indulge into what I'm talking about here, like I said before. And I'm gonna give you some people that you could go. You could Google these names and check these out yourself. Check this out yourself. So let me start off with the premise that made me kind of did this video. And what I did to this video, thanks for everybody in the Tempo chat, and also so we're gonna keep it going. Well, maybe did this video, like I said in Facebook. They said if it was a sister, if this was your sister, or this your daughter, what would you do? I say this. If this was my sister, I have 3 sisters. This was my sister, and this was my, or it was my daughter. we're going to the hospital to get a rape kit. This is now because the people this is why I say I don't like presentism. You can't prescribe what's happening now. Back then you have no evidence because again there's no evidence to corroborate what happened. That's the problem. We don't have evidence. But right now, if you ask the question, let me ask this: do I understand that women if you got sexually abused or basically rape, if you got raped? Do you have scared of what's going on, whatever? Yes. Just like if you see somebody kill somebody and threaten you, yes, I could see that. Do I believe Christina Ford got something happened to her? Yes. I don't think it's the guy, but it's not Brett. But that's let's move that aside because I'm trying to keep this off for politics and try to hit you what really is going on. So you have that. Okay. If that was my sister, my daughter, we're going to the hospital to get a rape kit. And we're going to file to the police. We're going to do that. Okay? I know you're traumatized, but the thing is, the more recent the police and the quicker the police can investigate, the people cannot get rid of evidence. People can't get rid of the horrible things that happen. The more longer you wait, the memory messes up. People can't, all kind of stuff, as you're seeing right now with all the stuff that's going on in the case, which is crazy. And there's just with technology, with DNA and everything, women, seriously, if you are sexually abused, please go to the cops and go to the hospital and get checked out, please. Now, I'll say this as well too, because people say, why would I did this to 2 women. I talked to 2 women who had their boyfriend, whatever, when something happened to them, their husband / boyfriend, because it's whatever. One of them was particular because people need to understand about pattern of human nature. One of them, she told her boyfriend this happened, whatever. She talked to me, and I would say, hey, go to the hospital, do this, do that. This happening in 2014. Do all this stuff, get this thing, whatever. Now it was distraught. She didn't have too much stuff to bring to the thing, to what's going on, and nothing really could have happened because of how the evidence was. She waited a little longer, but went and filed stuff, whatever. Okay, guy didn't get accosted or arrested or whatever happened. They brought it. It was he say she say stuff, but she had a couple evidence, whatever. Here's the thing. She has the file. She had the file in the police. So when a guy got away and did it again, another woman filed. Thank God that she did, and the police find the matching stuff. Saw what happened, and they got him convicted, and he's in jail. That's pretty cool. That's something I am proud of. That I'm happy somebody confided him into me, and we took a guy off of who was raping women off the streets. Okay, that's that. Another one was seeing that I'm an immigrant, and don't let it get twisted. Again, I'm not one of those people like, oh, immigrant means illegals. No, illegal immigrants is illegal immigrants. Immigrants are immigrants. But immigrants, this other woman got sexually abused, and looking for her again. I told her to do the exact same thing. They caught him because he was on his way outside of the country. So I talked to him like, you don't want this guy doing horrible things, because if you didn't file, he could have gone out of the country. They calm down a little bit, come back in and maybe rape somebody, or hell, rape somebody in another country. And I'm happy they caught him, and he's in jail too. It's just crazy. So I wanted to state it up front and first. If right in this day and age, ladies, if you get raped, it's just so crazy, and sexually abused, please tell the cops. The scary part about it is the word sexual abuse has lost meaning, because people have, just like the UCLA study, and everybody's holding to say, oh, well, sexual. 1 in 4 women are sexually abused in college, whatever. When they said, because they ain't saying a guy super force himself on you, try to hold you down, whatever. They said if you kiss the girl without her knowing it, if you touch her, if you like pat her in the butt or whatever, you could just say, hey, what the hell, whatever, and he didn't keep on touching you, and you're like, whoa, I'm not playing like that. Sexual abuse. In some cases, catcalling. Go to Europe, you'll see how that working out right now. Technically speaking, there's a case right now that just happened this week in France. The guy and the woman was arguing, and he basically called the woman saying that you got soggy breasts, and he was fined €300 because he was being sexist to the woman. Europe, I don't know what's going on with you guys. That is ridiculous. This is just craziness happening here. That's going on. A guy got fined €300 because he and a girl was arguing in a public train, was on the train, and he said you got soggy breasts, and they fined him because it was a sexual. Get it again. He was being sexist to her. God, this is what I said. So sexual abuse is have such a broad term. So when they say that, they don't want to say like physically manhandling a woman and raping them. That's what it should be. And then of course people take it with sexual term and then put rape behind it. That's also dangerous. We need to stop that. Do with the studies. But again, this is just ridiculous what's going on with how this is portrayed now. So I still say, ladies, if that happened, have a record, go to the police, please. Okay? Now, we have on both sides, I understand power does crazy things. I understand that. Okay? But we put more into the women. I think it's bad enough young women get raped horribly. And it's disgusting. Also, we got a lot of young men who got raped. And barely a lot of people talk about that. And you have the power thing. Because, here we go. We have the Catholic Church. I'm no fan of what has gone on with the Catholic Church. Young boys are getting molested and raped. These bishops and priests and whatever, and they should be in jail. Bad enough. Super in jail for what they did. This is what they should be doing. They should be in jail for this. But then let's go in America. Because I want to preface this too. People are like, oh, American justice, blah, 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 horrible. Look, American judicial system is not perfect. It's not great. Some people slip through the cracks. A lot of people say, hey, I'd rather have 10 innocent people go to jail and then get one guilty. It's the opposite way because it's supposed to be innocent until proven guilty. That's what's supposed to happen. Innocent until proven guilty. So we need evidence. And of course, it's the accusers. I would have a judge. I would play a judge and she tells you the whole process again. Because I don't want to just let y'all hear what I'm saying and not, you're going to hear a lot of stuff tonight. Seriously. That's why I said we got to be careful about this stuff. So, but you have power and going on that doesn't get addressed. And as I said, the justice system in America is not perfect, but it's better than most places in America, in the world, because again, Africa, Middle East, even China, you could get, oh my goodness, it's crazy. Russia, it's just ridiculous. Okay, where women could get, if the woman shows us face or skin or whatever, she gets stoned to death. Oh, that's a good justice system. Or men cut off women's clitoris or whatever, so they don't have sexual drives, whatever, in parts of in Africa. Disgusting, 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 disgusting. But as I said before, you come to America, and here's some parts of the way America slipped through some of the horrible things. Larry Nassar, the guy who was from Michigan, who had all the young girls who was raped. And again, I wish the father could have gotten over that thing and just get a couple good licks on him. I'm not for vigilant justice, but you raped my 2 daughters. Yeah, Yeah, and again, I understand that. I'll be angry. I'll be angry. I want to jump over and beat the crap out of you. Of course, they have evidence, so I think he was justified for getting over there. And lucky for him, he hold it back. I wish the bailiffs had just stayed back a little bit so he could get over and get some couple punches in there. But a lot of women, Michigan State University didn't want this to get out, or the U.S. Olympics Committee didn't want it to get out. This guy was raping young girls. Let's flip this now. Penn State didn't want this going on with how that I forgot the coach's name, but he was raping young boys. Young boys was getting raped. Okay. Right now, also too, you have a lot of teachers, female teachers, who are basically molesting young boys, but you know, because of the stigma of stupidity of trying to be masculine and whatever. Oh, man, you should have enjoyed it, or whatever. No, that's not right. And they get probation, they get all kind of crazy little stuff that does not fit the crime, which I don't like that. A lot of feminists, like I said, we need to be equal rights. Well, how about if a woman does the same crime as a man, we put that woman into jail? We do that. How about we do that? I'm gonna do individual videos in 2019 of these things you're gonna be hearing, and then you'll be videos that you could see these things. Again, this is radio. That's what it is. Most of you guys will get your video on Facebook and also on YouTube. And Tempo, you guys are listening to because you have no video. You could do the chat. Thank you for that, for the podcast and everything. But again, that's what's going on with, you know, we talking about this stuff. Okay, so let's go. Again, people on Facebook, thank you for joining. I'm seeing more views. You guys share this with your friends because we need to talk about this seriously. I don't want women who lie hurt other women who are truly victims. That's the thing I said is dangerous. Not only believe all women doesn't hurt women. It hurts young girls. It hurts a lot more people than that. Benefit of doubt, as I talk to one other person on Facebook, I get empathy and benefit of doubt. Okay, still need evidence before you go do this. Still need evidence. So the question was, as I said again, when people was like, oh, what if that was your daughter or that was your sister? And I just answered the question that if it was my daughter or my sister or my niece or whatever, I'll tell them go to the cops first and tell the cops and let's go to the hospital, get a rape kit and try to get DNA and get everything we can to take that son of a gun off the streets. First period, whatever. But then without evidence, which is just what's going on right now, I got asked the question. What if Kavanaugh is your son or your brother? What you'll do then? Just tell me. If Kavanaugh was your son and your son, what do you do then? What are these women? All these women will say about this stuff. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna betray your son away? You're gonna betray your son away? Your brother? You know, you're gonna trade him away? No. No, it's natural that this is family. You will have to give them more benefit of the doubt than an accuser. I understand that. Human nature. Not arguing that. But we can't do crazy stuff because we need to have evidence. Okay? We need to have evidence. It's very important. It is. That's why you talk about it. So let's go piece by piece. And I'm gonna talk again. These are all stuff. When we say I don't believe, I'm sorry, but I don't believe all women when it comes to this because we need evidence. I give you, there's names of people I could give you from the Duke lacrosse team to the Brian Banks to the Rolling Stone where they had a gang rape. That didn't happen, and Rolling Stone's lying about that. But I'll put it on both sides. There are women, and this way I'm gonna show you how it hurts women because I'm gonna show you. Listen to what women did. But let's go with this. Let's just go down the road. Let's go down this rabbit hole right here. All right. This is recently, as of June. This is recently as of June. All right. Here, listen to this.
About rape. 19-year-old Nikki Jovino claimed that she was raped in 2016 by two Sacred Heart University football players, but she then admitted that she was lying. Unfortunately, so much of the damage had already been done. Jonathan Hunt is live in our West Coast newsroom with the backstory here. Hi, Jonathan.
Good evening, Martha. Jury selection was already underway in this case, which has irrevocably changed the lives of the accuser, now the one awaiting sentencing, and the accused, who it turns out were actually the victims. Nikki Jovino had originally claimed that two Sacred Heart football players had pulled her into a bathroom at a party in 2016 and then took turns raping her. And as recently as January, her lawyer had said Jovino wanted the case tried.
We're ready to get this story in front of a jury. We think that there's more to this story than has been portrayed in the media.
But this week, Jovino accepted a plea deal admitting she had made up the assault allegation because, as her arrest warrant affidavit stated, quote, it was the first thing that came to mind, and she didn't want to lose another male student as a friend and potential boyfriend. And the affidavit also said Jovino believed when the other student, quote, heard the allegation, it would make him angry and sympathetic to her. Investigators said the football players admitted having sex with Jovino, but said it was consensual. Their attorney said the plea deal cannot make up for what Jovino has put the young men through, but that, quote, it does send a powerful message that lying about a serious incident carries serious consequences. Jovino's lawyer said, quote, this was a very difficult decision for Nikki and a sad day for her and her family. She will now begin the process of healing and rehabilitation as she awaits her final sentence. Under the plea bargain, Jovino will be formally sentenced August 23rd and will spend 1 year in prison. Martha?
Welcome story. Jonathan, thank you very much. Here now exclusively tonight on The Story, Frank Riccio, the lawyer for the two men who are falsely accused. They have not been named. Enough damage has already been done to them. Everybody obviously on campus knows about them. Were you shocked that she came forward? You've got the jury, you're about to go to trial, and then suddenly what? What was the catalyst?
Suddenly the day came where I think she thought that I'm going to see the whites of the eyes of this jury. And I just can't handle it. And it was surprising. I have to admit, it was surprising. I thought she was going to go to trial. I thought she wanted to present her story, her multiple stories, to a jury. But at the very last minute, she changed her mind.
I mean, it's extraordinary because we're in the middle of this, nationwide Me Too movement where we're told that all women should be believed. I mean, that's the environment that we live in right now. Is there anything, what are the problems with that potentially?
Well, the Me Too movement is a very powerful movement. How many years women have fought to have their voice heard. This does a tremendous disservice to that. What it does is it now causes someone to, they've admittedly lied, and now it does soil what would be, otherwise valid allegations. The evidence ended up proving that there wasn't a sexual assault. She lied over and over again, first claiming a sexual assault, then not, then being assaulted, then not. It does a complete disservice.
I mean, I feel for her as well. Obviously, she has, some issues that she needs to work out. But what has been the impact on the lives of these two young men?
They're no longer in school. They don't have the experience at that school anymore. They're in the working world, so they're doing as best as they can. The 1 year in jail that Miss Jovino, is being sentenced to pales in comparison to the 20 years that these boys would have received had they been arrested, had they been convicted. So while the punishment by some may be classified as severe, it pales in comparison to what those boys are facing.
And they can't go back to school? They can't restart their lives where they left off?
They can, and they're considering all their options right now. There will be a civil suit against Miss Jovino, most likely. So all of their options are being considered. They're doing as well as they can right now.
I mean, as you say, these kinds of allegations, what they do is they're problematic, obviously, for the people that are accused, and also for all the other cases out there that are legitimate. Me Too cases where there are cases of assault, it really muddies the waters in such a dangerous way. But it's important for people to understand that if you do come forward with a false allegation, you can end up in jail.
Yes, you can. You can be arrested. You can be put in jail, and you can suffer the consequences. When you lie about a serious incident, it carries serious consequences. And that's what we have here.
I think of.
All right. So that's one. We're going to keep on rolling with this. So this girl lied and put two, and one of the guys had a scholarship. That got thrown out the window. So, and I will say this to the men. Hey guys, they're gonna be a little vulgar in here more than I normally let go because it just needs to be, because I want to let the stories come out. But do not, as one of the guys said in his, and I watched many, don't dick think. Please be careful. I'm happy that I was smart enough to get myself out of the situation, but do not do that, because those guys, yes, you know what? You should have, y'all did that. Consent. You gotta be careful. That's one of the reasons, again, I said, and you people heard me many times. Please have, like I said, don't have unprotected sex with no woman like that. Don't. It's dangerous. Protect yourself. Well, women the same way too. Have protection for yourself, ladies. But you know, that's what's going on. Please. So, let me check the chat a little bit. Kozek, she got 1 year in prison, while students accused of rape was going to get 20 years. This is crazy. This is ruining life and career. I agree with you, Kozek. Okay, I can't. Well, I'll say it. That floppy node from thing said, the female reporter feels sympathy for the liar. I know. It's weird to me. See, so this is a fever right here. Formula Rogue. So we're supposed to believe every single woman that comes forward in the Me Too movement, and that's supposed to be innocent until proven guilty. Correct. You feel for her? Are you serious? 2 innocent men went to prison, would have gone to prison for 20 years, and you feel for her? I am gobsmacked. 1 year for being a liar, 20 years for being lied on, being if convicted. There is inequality in this country, and it's towards men. I feel for this. I feel for this girl. You wouldn't be saying that if that was your son. And almost spent 20 years. My God. Hey, I cannot argue with that, sir. So, that's one story. How that did all that stuff. That's one. Let's go to. And again, this is very recent that this happened. This is very recent. Okay, I'm gonna go to, but let's flip it over. Let's go to the other side. A woman. Now, again, go back to the Brett Kavanaugh case, but let's be even till. Let's be even handed. What about a woman that does have stuff, but she's not believed, and you think the people in the what's going on with the Brett Kavanaugh will also bring this up, but nobody's pushing this because, of course, it's tribal and all that stuff. Again, I'm trying to make sure it's not political, but it is kind of political. It's messed up that she can't be believed. But let's talk about, there's a representative called Keith Ellis, and let's hear what's going on with him. So this is hurting. So that girl lied. Let's see what opposite is.
Keith Ellison has been accused of some pretty horrific domestic abuse against his ex-girlfriend, Karen Monahan. According to Miss Monahan's son, Austin Monahan, he and his brother, quote, watched their mom come out of pure hell after watching their mom get out of her relationship with Keith Ellison. According to Law and Crime, quote, Monahan then alleged that in the middle of 2017, he found over 100 text and Twitter messages and video almost 2 minutes long that showed Keith Ellison dragging his mom off the bed by her feet, screaming and calling her an effing B, and telling her to get the F out of his house. The messages I found were mixed with him consistently telling my mom he wanted her back, he missed her, he knew he messed up, and he wished things could go differently. He would victim shame, bully her, and threaten her if she went public, he added. Monahan herself has taken to Twitter to repeat the allegations. She also apparently has records of doctor's visits and therapy visits that corroborate her case.
Okay.
And she has, in fact, released some of these documents to prove she talked about the abuse she suffered with a doctor several years ago. All of the evidence will be linked down below, in addition to a few other corroborating articles. It's curious then that the media...
So, there you have it right there. Oh, she has evidence. And, like I said, she has evidence. She has evidence. And the media is not going to go into her and talk to her about, whoa, well, let's believe all women. Let's go. Oh, we're not going to do it because of the power in the way the power is. That's the media. That's one of the reasons I said, people, please look and get, please look for many different things from different spots. Okay. Get different sources. Not saying that whatever, but collaborate. Critical thinking, and a person on Facebook is watching, and he's right. I should have named this the death of critical thinking. Get different other sources, because everybody spins it, and you could weave together, think to figure out, oh wow, this I see where this is happening, this is happening. There you go. So there's a woman right there who has evidence, who has police report, has the affidavit, all the stuff. I don't see certain people who are talking about we should believe with what's going on, and the media going to help her out. See, that's why one woman lie hurts another woman who has evidence and can put a crazy person, but because he's powerful, we don't want to talk about that. Okay, so that's how that one worked out. That one right there is crazy. Give me 1 second. Let me check. Do a mic check before I do this, because I have to. Okay. Mic check is straight, because I don't want to spike. So all these videos that on audio I'm playing, I don't want it to spike the mic, so I apologize for that. So let's keep on going with this. I'm also checking the let me see, checking all the Anderson Archella, and of course Karen Goddard put up, yep, loving this. Let's keep on going with this, because I want to get through this stuff right here. That is just super disrespectful. That let's believe all women. Let's do all this stuff, right? Let's do all this and find out that. So I just played a video showing you that you can get hurt. A woman who just lied can hurt other women. Let's keep on going. So let's believe all women, right? Let's keep it before. I'm gonna play one more before, because after it's gonna go down what I'm gonna play is going to go down a horrible, and I do mean horrible road, because it's gonna be despicable. It's gonna be despicable. So I'm gonna play one more thing, but I want to read something to you guys and show you that this thing with how this is going on. This is what's going on in society. We're crazy. And that's why I said media is just, oh my God, it's just ridiculous. From the New York Post. And I'll get the name, you can go look it up. New York Post. You go to New York Post, Washington Post, LA Post, all this stuff, because it's multiple things. Let me read this. Then Google Samantha Ray Mears. Google Samantha Ray Mears. Okay, and you'll see what it is. This is what the part that I kill me that I say how this whole Me Too movement and everything. Does the Me Too movement brought down powerful people? Yes, they did. And again, you brought down Bill Cosby. He's in jail. But I don't like that he went to jail on no evidence. Still, I still don't care what anybody say. If he's a bad person, he did that, okay. But you still didn't put evidence onto why he went to jail. It was a he said, she said thing, and she didn't provide no evidence. And if you listen to that case, you go further on, it was bad. And in the first case, the word I was looking for, Anderson, was acquitted. That's the word I was looking for when I was looking for the it was an A, not an I. I made a mistake. When it should have been acquitted, but no, it went as a hung jury, so you couldn't get him for double jeopardy. Even though the girl at the time lied, camera showed he wasn't there. And the time that she gave, he was over and he was on the other side of the country. But still, not defending Bill Cosby in that regard. I'm just saying, if you're going to put a man in jail, again, still need evidence. I'm on the same point still need evidence. But I love how the media changes words. And I hate that, because it's just one thing, and a lot of people know me for this. When I post out some of the videos, you'll see, of course, I just don't like, ignorance doesn't mean you're stupid, all right? It doesn't. But also, I just do not like when people insult my intelligence. You're lying right in front of me, and you just like that. No, don't do that. So, again, Samantha Ray Mears, all right? Google her so you can see the story, and go through all the posts, all the newspaper, because I went through a good amount of them. Nobody brought this up. A Montana woman broke into a man's house with a machete, ordered him to take off his clothes, and forced him to have sex with her, police said. Samantha Ray Mears, 19, was charged Friday with 2 felonies, aggressive burglary and assault with a weapon, as well as several misdemeanor incidents with her ex-boyfriend at her Great Falls home, according to Great Falls Tribune. Mears reportedly broke into her ex house 7 years Friday, and this happened this year. This happened time of this. This happened June. Another recent thing. This happened June. Friday. When he returned, she confronted him with a large knife, demanded him to take off his clothes, and ordered him to lie on his bed. Framed for body harm, the victim complied. She proceeded to remove her pants, climb on top of him. Mears began engaging in sexual intercourse, all the while holding the machete. When he tried to get her to stop, Mears refused him, bit him on his arm, cut his neck, which is scary as crap. After she finished, she sat naked on the bed, brandishing a weapon. At that point, the victim was able to take several photos of her, which he turned over to the police as evidence. When the argument ensued after, the enraged Mears ripped a piece of trim off of the victim wall and deliberately urinated on the victim's bed, according to KFFB. The ex-boyfriend was able to alert authorities, claiming he needed to call a friend, then escaping and calling 911. According to the Tribune, Mears also was arrested over a previous argument to the victim, where she grabbed his hair and hit him to the face and attempted to strangle him. The state has filed a restraining order against the defendant. I just read that story. What did you not heard in that story? Which is amazing to me. As how sexual assault keeps on going with a lot of this stuff. What did you not heard? Rape. That is literally rape. New York Post, not a word about rape. New York Times, not a thing about rape. That's rape. But no rape. And she was not convicted of any sexual crimes. She was charged with 2 felonies: aggravated assault, burglary, and assault with a weapon. No sexual crimes, no rape. Why? It's freaking crazy. That's crazy right there. Where's the honesty on the side? Oh, we're gonna put a man touch you, that's sexual assault. A woman cuts you, bites your arm, have basically raped you, that's not rape. Have sexual intercourse with you, that's not rape. That's how we got it, huh? That's how we got this. Okay. That is crazy. But again, all, for some reason, women are Gentile creatures, whatever. And I know a lot of people don't say, oh, not that or whatever, but we can't have this argument of believe all women. She could have said, hey, he raped me or whatever, but thank God he took the evidence. And you know what he did? He did exactly what I said. Called his friend, went to the police, had evidence. I'm still kind of pissed off that all he got was, she didn't get accused of rape or sexual abuse. None of those crimes, but the others, yeah. Didn't get that. Looking at the chat from my Temple people, of course. It's only sexual assault when it's against someone they don't like. This has to be a joke. Did you just said, again, Samantha, let me what the name is again? Samantha Ramirez. MEARS. Yeah. Going back to the chat. This got to be a joke. She didn't get no sexual charges? No. No, she did not. Did not get that. Susie, I am totally lost for why women would lie about this stuff over my life. Well, as you could see, if you go to the case, people who are jealous, people crazy is one. People who are jealous, and people who, maybe you cross a little bit or whatever. That's why you got to be careful with some friends, because now you see in the case again. That's what I'm not doing. That's what I'm trying to keep it out of the political realm as best as I can. There are some people who just want to get back at you because you didn't want to date them, you break up with them, they think you're too good. There's so many reasons, but a lot of people say, oh, well, there's no reason. No, they are. But let me read you, Susie, sorry. I am a total loss for why women will lie about this stuff over my life. I am 46 now. I've been whistled at, had men try to kiss me when I wasn't interested. What did I do? I smiled, whistled. I told the kissers to bug off, because this is Europe, to bug off, then went on with my life. Our women today are so thin-skinned that everything's assault. Me Too is a nice idea, being destroyed by attention seekers and idiots. Every allegation should be innocent until proven guilty. Absolutely. I feel sorry for the young blokes today who are terrified of simply talking to a girl. Susie, you got it, girl. I can't argue with that, really, because it's just messed up. I have to say thank you thank you for listening on Temper FM, Susie. Thank you. This is what's crazy about this. This is just crazy. This is evil to bring up, but evidence can be forged. Yes, it is. These crazy thoughts just use feelings and he said, she said. You're right about that, Double A. And that's the sad part about that. That is crazy. All right. Let's get into let me play one more before we get to the most craziest part, where you gotta be careful when you say believe all women, because I ain't doing that. I ain't doing that. Sorry. You gotta show me what it is. Benefit of the doubt for my girl Juan, if she sees this. I got you. But you have to have evidence. And I've, like I said, just like the guy I just read off, he did the right thing. Corin did the right thing. But because other women lied, they're in trouble. They don't nobody hears, they don't get to hear their story. That's the stuff that hurts. So let's go to let's say something before we go crazy. Let's go to a sergeant. Let's go to a sergeant. This is what happened to him, and lucky for him, this is what was going on. What up, Meek? Listen to the sergeant and what happened to him.
And I had her office for a while, and some of the soldiers that worked under me, you know, they could sabotage some shit in my office. Fuck them. One of them like drew a random penis on my tear off calendar. I don't really know.
Also, apologize for the cursing that's going on. Like I said, I can't control the videos that because I want to prove my point of this.
Oh, did it? I mean, I suspect you did it, but Pop doesn't do witch hunts. Yeah. And when I moved out of the office, I left that calendar behind. I moved into my new office, doing my thing, right? I set up my cameras and blah, blah, blah. Well, this girl, she comes in there and she's like, "Who the fuck is this? Who did this?" And I'm like, I have, you know, I might know, get it. I'm like, I'm not getting it. She like would freak out, and I had her on camera, you know. And I'm like, man, you know, this is, it won't happen again. You know, I'm a senior NCO. I'll take care of it. And, like, this woman wanted to like ruin somebody's career over this, you know. And then I refused. Yeah, I flat out just said, listen, you know, I don't definitely know who did it. I'm not going to start giving up names because Pop doesn't do this. And she got all pissed off about it, and then made some shit up that I said to her in this thing.
Oh, of course.
So, and it went to a female battalion commander who took it and went fucking ballistic with it. I remember I'm sitting in there with her, my company commander, first sergeant, then sergeant major, and they're like, got all this paperwork, and they're gonna read me the fucking riot act, and like fucking fuck me up bad.
Of course.
Then bring the laptop. Volume up to 10, put in the CD, play from the beginning. You know, and I'm holding her statement. Just and like literally, I'm like, and anywhere in any of these statements, do you hear what was written here happen on the actual interaction? And then you can literally hear the crickets in the background.
You just hear the air deflate out.
Yeah, but the sickening thing is I remember I put it down, I shut the laptop, and I'm like, this is a false statement. She swore a false statement. I want her. I want her prosecuted. That saved my ass. But then after that happened, they really quit fuck with me for a while. But that's where I got my black belt in administrative violence. And it's sad it has to come to that. I mean, if you want to make a career in the U.S. military, at some point you're going to have to learn administrative violence, or you will not make it to 20 years because there will be somebody in there who just wants to fuck your life up.
All right. Like I said, I apologize for the cursing and everything, but again, that's what the videos are. And Meek, if I don't know if you're still there, this video is about, and again, I understand, Mika, how you feel and what's going on with us too, but if you listen to the beginning part of this video, I stated that if you've been going through stuff and you go to the cops, get everything you can, evidence, everything on it. But I do not believe all women in the hashtag. I believe all women when it comes to sexual crimes and everything. Some women will say some stuff to do some horrible stuff to men. And what happened is you heard a military guy, Pops, talking about what's happened to him, and she basically was trying to ruin his career. But looking for him, he had cameras playing his stuff, and that's why he came when she was saying all the stuff to get his career ended. He came with the camera, played it, said, and go with her affidavit and said none of the stuff that she said happened. You saw the video, and it's sad. And as he just said, it's sad that it comes to this for the men's side. That's what I'm saying. If that's when people say if that was your sister, if that's your daughter, again, I'll say what happened if Kavanaugh was your son, if Kavanaugh was your brother. We need evidence. Can't have hearsay, she say, he say, all that stuff. We need evidence. And that's the messed up part. He had to use evidence to prove himself innocent against somebody who's trying to ruin his career. That's the part that is crazy. That's the part that needs to be understood. And so the next set of people I'm going to talk about is when it gets even crazier. It really does. So let's talk about just again, it's sad that I gotta do this for people because people just don't want to put in the time. And I mean, Facebook's half of this because people just keep on believing without, because you look on Facebook and you just see all the stuff and pass it. And again, the key for this was on my Facebook when I'm seeing people tell me this is my sister, whatever. And I said, hey, if my sister or my daughter, I'll go to the hospital, go get a rape kit, go to the police. The more earlier you could get this done. And women, please, the earlier you get this done. I told the story at the beginning that I help other women with that. If the earlier you get this done, the better you will get these people convicted and get them off the streets from hurting other women. That's why I have no respect. For real, I have empathy for Rose McGowan, but she hold on to that tape of Harvey Weinstein before she let it go because she wanted to get her power and her money and everything up before, while he could have go out and rape and destroyed other women. I don't respect. I say empathy, yes. I don't respect women who let that go. Just like if a person, if you saw a violent victim get killed, whatever, he could have been a serial killer. He went to destroy other families. You got a chance to stop him. I think that's very wrong and very bad. So let's go into some more. I want to play 2 more cases where it's just what women did, and you believe women, as we all say. So let's play. This is a victim. This is sad, very sad. The name of the teen, so you can go look this up, is Luis Guerrero. This happened in Chicago. I can say, just listen.
This West Chicago community, the brutal murder of 18-year-old Luis Guerrero. Lori Ringe's daughter knew him from French class.
As a parent, I just can't envision losing a child at all, but in this way, it's just horrific.
A family friend led a vigil today in Spanish, saying Guerrero was a simple and noble person who always smiled, and that this community has never seen anything like this happen.
The facts alleged in this case are brutal and heinous, and evidence of an unconscionable degree of depravity.
These are the 3 teens charged in connection with Guerrero's murder. Police say Francisco Alvarado and his girlfriend, Tia Brewer, who used to date the victim, got Guerrero to meet them near the West Chicago Library Monday night, where they are accused of strangling him with a belt and stabbing him, then throwing him in a Jeep. Police say a third teen, Jesus Correa, met them to bring gasoline and left. Brewer and Alvarado then allegedly set the victim on fire.
After the victim was set on fire, he got up and started to run, and the defendants, Alvarado and Brewer, then ran over him with their car.
Then police say they put his body back in the fire pit, putting this picnic table over him. Within 24 hours, police had the three defendants in custody, two of them found at a downtown Chicago motel.
The family deserves to have some closure, and I think we're able to do that.
And today, a bit more closure as the community wrapped their arms around a family dealing with an unimaginable loss. 16-year-old Tia Brewer is charged as an adult in this case. These three defendants will be in court next on September 13th. Live in West Chicago, Dana Rebick, WGN.
And you know what happened in this case? Tierra said that Luis raped her, and there was raped her. Long story short, the cops found no evidence of he doing this because it didn't collaborate with the data. She said, "Oh, I did this because he did this and this." Well, he wasn't there at the date that you said. You were just whatever. But these young men, because now she's your girlfriend now, you believed her. Instead of saying, "Wow, let's go talk to him, whatever, or find out what this is kind of crazy." Nope. You strangle, you stab, you put in the back of your car, you set him on fire, he ran, you run him over, you took him back to the fire and put a picnic table over him, basically almost acting like kindling. Innocent young teenager got killed for no reason because the girl, he must have saw this chick is crazy. I don't want to be a part of this. Just like the second accuser, the third accuser of Kavanaugh, nobody's bringing up that part of it where she threatened her ex-boyfriend, who's now married a baby, because she don't want to let him go. And he woke up because he found out she's not mentally straight, and she even threatened to kill his baby and his wife, and they got a restraint on her. Sorry, that's something we got to talk about. But that's messed up. And look how brutally they kill this innocent young boy. And now I'm happy that they're gonna try the girl as an thing. I will keep updated on that one because that one really is crazy. Try as an adult because that was heinous to get two dudes, and you see two dudes fell for this to go do this in jail now, almost for life. I will bet you, because a girl lied about this. That's the dangers of this without evidence. I'm not saying a woman has not. There's many women who got molested, who got touched, whatever. And sadly enough, as I've also saw there's a video always coming up, video statistics and everything. It's sad that a lot of single moms bring these new boyfriends and they molest young girls, whatever. And then you got aunts to bring new uncles around and stuff like that. So they happen. I'm not denying this. And all I'm saying is, right as this point, as again, if something like this happened, have records. I mean, that have evidence. Go this, because this is very, very, very dangerous. It's very dangerous. I think I'm a play why the court system is set this way. Then I'm gonna do one more audio on something very sad. Another person who got brutally murdered because of this, and then another, and just asks you to do one thing before the rest of the night. Cause it's crazy. Let me check the tempo chat for a second. Trying to keep up with you guys. Come on, I have so many windows open, so it's basically it's basically spinning. Let me see. All right, so yes, so let me play. It's just I can't get the tempo chat up, and I don't want to mess this up with what's going on here. Oh, I swear, how the hell did that come up and the other one, the other chat? Okay, Facebook comes up, but then the tempo chat don't want to come up. Scala, you're right. Beware of women asking to exact revenge on another person. Yeah. Gotta be careful. This is so gorish. I can't believe this. And the girl claimed rape, then tortured the guy to death without no trial. Just how are things getting crazy with this Me Too thing? Thank you. Yet another false accusation and a man gets killed. Yeah, that's why I say it's dangerous. Oh yeah, I forgot about the young guy up in this. Dang it, this is also very sad. The young guy in New York, where the gang when they got mistaken identity because a woman said this guy raped her, and it was a mistaken identity was a gang, and they went into a bodega in New York and killed this young man because he mistaken identity and cut his neck and he bled out. I forgot about that one too. That's another one you could add it to it. My God, it's dangerous. This is super dangerous. Another person just died because of false claims. It is. What the F is up with people choking people to death? Victor, I don't know. That's what's going on. No words can express my sadness. R.I.P. youngster. Born in the Corpse is the new Midwest originates. I think I can't understand that, Brew. I really can't understand that. Sorry. Effing savages. What is wrong with the people around here? I get you. It's just brutal how things are going. So, like I said, we have to do this. So I'm gonna play this right here because this is the system that needs to be done, and it's sad that this is not talked about. I want to hear you here as Judge Pyro basically explain what should happen.
I spent my career in the trenches, where crimes occur, where innocents are victimized, even slaughtered. I have actually fought on that battlefield for more than 3 decades, where justice is sought for victims. And I have long fought for a level playing field, particularly for women, the often silent and forgotten victims of crime. I have even advocated changing the name of the criminal justice system to the victim's justice system. The victim who never chose to be a part of the criminal justice system in the first place. I started the first domestic violence unit in the prosecutor's office in the nation in the late 1970s. As district attorney, I created a sex crimes bureau. My crusade for women and children existed long before the hashtag #MeToo movement. I respect facts, I know the law, and I understand what's at stake. Our criminal justice system is the most revered in the world. The constitutional rights of all Americans are etched in stone. And it is in this context that I analyze the situation we're in now. Number one, due process requires equal protection under the law for the victim as well as the accused. Number two, in all criminal prosecutions, the accused shall enjoy the right to a speedy trial. Number three, no warrant shall issue or criminal charge filed without probable cause. Number four, the accused has the right to a trial by an impartial jury, the right to remain silent, the right to not only confront his accuser, but to cross-examine as well. Number five, the burden of proof in every criminal case is beyond a reasonable doubt, and that burden of proof is on the prosecutor. Number six, as for the accused, there is absolutely no burden to speak or even present a case. Now, over the years, we've learned certain facts. Number one, sex crimes are underreported because of the victim's fears of not being believed or her fear of the perpetrator. Number two, the recidivism rate of sex offenders is estimated to be as high as 70%. So let us apply these foundational truths to the Christine Ford and Brett Kavanaugh situation. What motivation might someone have to...
And I'll leave it at that, because again, I'm not going to try to get into politics. This judge was just laying out all the stuff that we need to do, which is our constitutional rights in the United States of America. When I get to the other side, when I get to the politics, which I have to wait and to see what's going to happen to Brett Kavanaugh, then I'll present the storyline, which I think will tell it, because I don't want nothing and then something throws up in there. Because if they do bring evidence, okay. But so far, you are dragging this man through a lot of stuff. But like I said, I'm keeping it politically out of that realm. Let's talk about, as she just said right there. So let's hear another story of a woman. What she said happened to this woman, who also lied, but she did something horrible to the person. That is, and this attack happening on your side over there in UK, guys.
When Mark Van Dongen's dad walked into the hospital, he couldn't find his son. He asked the doctor where he was, at the rooms he'd just been looking in. The doctor told him his son was in room 1. His dad couldn't believe it. He'd already looked in there, but didn't recognise his own child. Mark had suffered 25% burns to his body because of the acid that was thrown at him. He lost his left eye, his left ear, his left leg had to be amputated. His skin had to be surgically removed because it was so damaged. He was paralysed from the neck down. He was in agony from the itching, and the acid had burnt away into his bones. The man had no life at all. In September, Mark's girlfriend, ex-girlfriend now, Belina Wallace, went out and she bought a 1 litre bottle of acid. So a litre looks like this. She removed the label and she researched acid attacks online and the effects of acid attacks. On the night of the 22nd of September, Mark Van Dongen made the fateful decision to stay the night at her flat. He awoke in the early hours of the morning and Belina Wallace was stood over him holding the acid, and she threw it all over his face and his body. She was screaming, "If I can't have you, no one else will." Faced with the prospect of losing his voice as well, Mark could no longer endure the psychological and physical torture of his condition. He went to Belgium and he ended his own life with the help of euthanasia doctors. The euthanasia doctors said they'd never known someone be able to endure a life of such torture and paint.
What up,
One
Tammy?
of the things about this acid that can be bought in these stores.
So Mark Wallace had to go through euthanasia himself from not in Europe. You had to believe. You have to believe.
Project management.
Stop. You had to believe the women. She did a horrible thing to this man. Again, lost his ear, his eye, amputated his leg, skin was burned, couldn't talk because of this. That's what she did. That's another horrible one I just showed. I just letting you guys know that being the victim, believe all women without evidence, I can't. And some people paid horrible lies because of that. Because people get into a rage. Oh, he did this to you. Where's the evidence? Come to find out, they just wanted revenge. She just wanted revenge because Mark was gonna leave her. Mark said, hey, we can't, whatever. But she said, oh, he raped her. Evidence showed he didn't. And she took acid and threw it on his body. And like I said, he had to kill himself. He had to use it on himself because it's crazy. That's how bad it is. That's why I said again, ladies, I give you the benefit of the doubt to a degree, but still, I don't know you. So if you gonna accuse somebody of this, please, if you have aggressive sexual assault or rape, go to the cops, go to the hospital, have the record. It might not work out well, but like Janine, the judge just said, people repeat some stuff. 70% of people repeat this stuff. If you repeat it, then just like my friend, like I said, the cops can put those two things together and send the person to jail and whatever, go to jail. This lady right now that you just heard that she did that and this guy had to kill himself, 20 years. $20 years. I'm looking at the chat right now from Temper FM. This is crazy. How can a person do that to somebody? Human beings are savages. Black, white, that's why I always said evil comes in all race, genders, heights, creeds, color, ethnicity, location. Evil is evil. Point blank. Evil is just evil. And I'm not going to say I'm going to believe all men are doing this, and I'm not going to say all women are doing this, but this craziness is going on in the court and seen on Facebook where people saying we should believe all women, giving them the benefit of the doubt. If this was your sister or whatever, again, just like I said before, what if Kavanaugh is your son or your brother? What will you do then? It's crazy. That's why I would always promote women, go to the hospital, go get evidence, please. The quicker you report this, the better chances you get that person who's done this horrible thing to you, allegedly, could get the evidence is there, DNA, everything there, so they could put you in. They could put people in jail. But this is ridiculous. What is wrong with these people? Why would the state need to kill those or anyone who does this acid attack? It's a culture, empathy for criminals, and this is why stuff continues. I'm reading from the chat, Temple chat. No one cares about the real victims, which Mark was. Mark Wallace was the real victim in that one. Well, kind of a little political. It's okay to restrict guns and restrict knives. Now you're restricting acid. Next, they're going to restrict cricket bats. How about death penalty for anyone convicted of killing an innocent someone? An intermediate conviction. And there's some other stuff on Tempo, but I'm not going to get into it because, again, I'm trying my best to stay away from the political realm. This is not needed to that. I am trying to state my case right here with these videos, these audios. So if you've just joined me, I have played videos. I'll play audio, sorry, because some places can't hear me, so I'm seeing it. But I've just played audio of how innocent men got killed because a woman alleged, which come to find out was false accusation. A woman basically went to is going to jail after convicted 2 men. She got 1 year, but if those 2 men had raped her, they would have got 20 years. Unfair. I also played audio of Karen who have evidence, who have stuff and should be talked about, but the media and because of certain politicians and whatever, they don't want to believe her. That's my point of women hurt other women. These false accusations hurt real victims. The victims who are falsely accused, and also the real victims who got the evidence, and people don't want to believe them. That's just that we gotta stop this. This is something that is very, very dangerous. Very dangerous. You throw acid on a man, so you had to take his life. You stab, strangle, ran over, and put a young boy underneath a bench prop to burn to death because somebody falsely accused them of rape. And the ultimate, anybody can Google this and search this. And the pictures are gruesome. They are. I'm not going to deny they're not. But I asked you to go and Google Emmett Till. 15-year-old boy got brutally discarded and murdered because a woman lied on him. Emmett Till, his mother, God rest her soul, happily had an open casket just to prove that look what these animals did to her son because of what a woman said. The sickening part about it is, on her deathbed, she professed that he didn't do nothing. I am a spiritual person, not super religious. I'm a spiritual person, but I think there's a special place in hell for a woman like that. Very special place in hell. To see a young boy got tortured, brutally burned, murdered. And before you died, you said he didn't do none of that stuff because you wanted to clear your conscience before you on your deathbed. That's why I am not hashtagging believe all women or believe all accusations or believe all victims. We don't know who's the victim. The person who, look, as I just showed you, the victim could be the guys who've been falsely accused. They are the victims. I believe them because the evidence on murder was, they proved that they didn't do nothing wrong. This is dangerous. And what's going on in the Congress right now and in the news with Brett Kavanaugh and Christine Blasey and all this stuff is a man is getting, who worked hard to get where he was, gotten tore down. People played games with a man's life. And if he doesn't get confirmed, I would say, well, let's stand for women. Well, the wife is going to be traumatized. The two daughters would always be messed up with what's going on. What they say their dad did when there's no proof that their dad ever did that. He can't do no children events because of what's going to go on, which he used to do without no problem. And all the women who stand by him, no, we don't believe those women. I'm not trying to tell you that he's innocent. I'm not trying to say that Christina Ford was that story couldn't have happened. We need evidence before we even judge that. But on Facebook and social media, we all jump to things now. And that's why I want to do Project Open Mic. We argue, we shout, but we don't have conversations anymore. The whole saying of lie could go around the world before just as the truth is putting on his pants. It's true. It is true. And for all the female victims, I played on the audio I played, hope your cases get heard, because at least you did the right thing. And I'm sorry that women who did horrible things basically make you basically, they cried wolf. You saw the wolf, got evidence of the wolf, and the burden is on you because people are like, well, we heard wolf too much time. Why should we believe you? Then you have all the men who've been accused and their lives got ruined, and those who went to the extreme and kill a guy. If you have the evidence and stuff like that, I still say vigilante justice is not really that great. But if you have the evidence, okay. And you're seeing, wow, this is crazy. But no evidence at all is very, very dangerous. And we got to be careful of this. And that's why I say I try to do Project Open Mic. I want to thank everybody. Like I said, in 2019, each individual of these videos that you heard, which is the audio, I will put up on the YouTube channel and stuff like that, so you could see these things, because it is disgusting. It's crazy. Psychopath like that would not have any conscience in the first place. You're correct. And again, Tammy, thank you. Yeah, I'm doing all right. Let me see. Check that's Facebook. Let's see. Tempo's chat. Like I said again, you could go to, if you want to get in contact and have a conversation. I have nothing against that. You could go to Project Open Mic. Project Open Mic at gmail.com, email, or if you have Twitter, Project Open Mic on Twitter, or Project Open Mic on Instagram, or Project Open Mic on YouTube. This is what I want to do. I'm trying to do. Again, there's a lot of stuff here I could read from the Temple chat because of what the one before when I talked about Daniel Wallace. Because this is Temples in Europe, and they're getting sick and tired of this stuff. What's going on with the refugees? I'll just say that part. And I don't want to read it because I'm trying my best not to keep it as least political to prove my point. That we need to understand what's going on, and that we cannot just go trust everything. We need evidence, the burden of evidence. We need to do that. It's very dangerous of doing this. They wanted to F, I'm trying to keep it clean. They wanted to F by some of these people, and these beta pay and then the beta pays the bills. Once one get away with lying her way out of it, most other women do this. Not most, some women all evil. I will never say that. D Gray. But people tell them they act like angels while the world in private, they definitely do not. This is why we have to have evidence, and I agree with you that. Thank you. And I agree, yeah, I thank you, Tig, for doing this show. Yeah, you're welcome, D Gray. Just 1 year for ruining people's lives forever. That's a ripoff. Yep. If someone's caught lying about rape and found guilty, they should have the same exact sentence as a person who falsely accused has been. I think so too, because the thing about it with that is you're not only doing perjury, you're doing a false claim. You're doing two crimes right there. You're doing two crimes. Give these people who do that the maximum sentence. You're right, Daniel. I'm with you on that. And if you want equal, whatever, but you gotta be careful. Simone Foster says, "Women, you've created a mess for yourselves, and we need to fix this. We are not all ATMs. We are not workhorses. We're not all slaves or servants. You're either unable or willing to understand this. While it is nice that one or two realize at the beginning what's going on, but to take off the liars and affect, okay, let's see, trying to say, and affect the pedestal. Missed it right there, Simone. Sorry. Learn how to treat men and stop disgracing us by acting like sluts and that we can't control our own body functions. Stop conniving, stop conniving, and stop being a gold digger narcissistic. It happens in our narcissists. Like, okay, sorry, my mistake. Nobody wants to spend time with a miserable gold digging narcissist. I do not exist around them. I do not exist. It doesn't exist to me. I feel bad for women like me because we're the one who get hurt by all these false accusations. She is a liar. Okay, this is going back to the top. So the video I played, like I said, I played multiple videos. She's a liar. She ruined boys' lives and got 1 year. She should have gotten the time faced by the boys. Young men these days are afraid of women because they're most dangerous, evil and demonic. Stay away. Her face was plastered everywhere. Katie Mayer, which is a female. A female. They understand this. And you know what? Thank y'all for thank for the women who watch. This is all I'm saying. From Kelly Fairchild, I think her spending time in jail will make others think twice about lying about something so serious. I am a feminist and a supporter of the Me Too movement, but this isn't that. This is not about the Me Too movement. This is about a young woman who selfishly used two men as pawns without any consideration and compassion for the consequences, and they have experience. While I don't agree with these men, but they would have spent 20 years in jail for false conviction. I do agree that their lives would have been destroyed if convicted. Women like this who lie about assault are harming all women, especially those who have actual assault. Thanks to women like this, we have men committing. Oops. We have men commenting yes, that they have no record of women giving consent and have people trash the real victims all over social media. Kelly, you're correct. So, Tempo FM, thank you for coming. Thank you guys for. Yes, thank you for bringing the show. You're welcome, Mandy. Thank you for putting logic in the world. I have a small show. I'm not nothing really. Really, I'm not. Okay. Thank you guys. Whatever we have, close to 1,000 people watching over in Tempo FM. Thank you. Just a couple of people on YouTube and usual Facebook. Again, hey, after Tempo guys. I mean, like I said, I have Project Open Mic on YouTube. Again, hopefully you guys could get over there and help us out and stuff because you have the numbers. But anyway, other than that, again, Project Open Mic on YouTube, Project Open Mic on Twitter, Project Open Mic on Instagram, and then we'll be doing BitChute and other places because YouTube has a way of doing things. We're not doing this for money. We're not doing this for money, but it does take time and money to do this. So in the years in 2019, I will ask for donations just to help fund what it is. And again, I am not scared of having a conversation with anybody about certain things because we need to have the conversation. It's ridiculous. So with that said, thank you for the night, guys, as well. Tempo FM, YouTube, and Facebook. Remember, evil comes in all shapes and sizes, creeds, color, sexes, genders, countries, heights, geographical position, anything you can. You have to do things in an individual case. All right? And with that said, I wish everybody a good night. And be careful when you tweet, when you're on social media like Twitter and whatever you put out, believe all women. No, I just prove you. Women do. If you do that, a lot of victims are gonna get hurt, and a lot of men get brutally killed for that reason. And also, be careful of how social media is. It's sad. Please get sources from all over, and also use critical thinking. Use critical thinking. So to Temper FM, y'all have a good morning because the base is over there. Base morning you. Thank y'all for listening. Temper YouTube. Again, share this video as best as you can. Facebook, do the exact same thing. Share this video. And this is the kind of show you will get from Tempo FM, from Project Open Mic. We will be talking about, you'll be seeing trailer that will be coming on Facebook, and I'll put it on YouTube and Tempo FM. I'll link y'all to it, whatever it is. What I'm going to talk about, because we're not going to talk about politics, which is very dangerous. We ain't going to talk about social unrest, which is also dangerous. We're going to talk about stuff that needs help. We're going to talk about mental sickness. We're going to talk about health issues. We're going to talk about stuff that we need to worry, societal issues and everything, and simple projects. That's what Project Open Mic is all going to be about. So, and also learning stuff. So with that, again, thank you for joining us. Temporal, good night, good morning. Peace out. Facebook as well. Thank you for joining. Again, share this with as much people as you can to point. Again, if it's all women, if it was your sister and your daughter, yes, I believe them, but I will go to the cops and I will get a test. But if Kavanaugh is your son and your son and your brother, then any switch. And for the mothers who have that as well too. I had another video queued up, but I'm gonna let it go. So, good night, Facebook, and good night, YouTube. Y'all have a great night. Catch you next time on Project Open Mic.